I see a lot of posts sometimes where people say, oh, ads don't work.
Yeah.
They don't work. They
Yeah.
don't work. But
Yeah.
when you think about it, just like any other tool in your business, if you built a website and your website wasn't converting, would you say websites don't work?
Yeah.
It's not that websites don't work. It's that you need to change something. You just
Mm.
need to do something differently. Maybe you need to update your copy, or there's something in the back end of your website that's not working. Maybe you want to try a different host, for it. Maybe you want to move to somebody that works more with your niche or whatever. Thinking of it like that, when you look at ads, it's not ads don't work. It's okay, something about this didn't work.
I'm your host, Tiffany G, an Australian business and mindset coach with 10 years' experience in online marketing and the creator of the Business Bravery framework. I help coaches to be brave so you can sign more clients even if you hate marketing and sales feel icky. From signing your next paying clients through to launching that dream group coaching program, the Business Bravery framework helps you take bigger leaps without the mindset spirals. It's helped my clients double their investment in me, make thousands of dollars, and truly build their dream business. In this episode, I had the pleasure of chatting with Carolyn Fagerholm, who is an ad strategist and the one-woman show behind CMF and Company. Carolyn is passionate about helping entrepreneurs take advantage of meta ads without becoming overwhelmed or frustrated by the process. Outside of her business, Carolyn is a singer, actress, avid reader, swimmer, and coffee lover. In this episode, Carolyn and I talked about finding the courage to run Facebook and Instagram ads without the overwhelm. We also discussed more general topics like showing up online, facing the fear of judgment, and making brave moves in business every day. With that said, this is an amazing episode, and I can't wait to share with you Carolyn's stories of business bravery, past, present, and future. Now, who's ready for some business bravery inspiration? Let's dive in. Everyone, I am super excited to be here with the amazing Carolyn Fagerholm and talk about all things bravery and Facebook ads and maybe even some opera singing. We've had some pre-chats, pre-recording chats. I've found out tons of things and I'm super excited and can't wait to find out all of the bravery stories. Carolyn, thank you so much for joining us today. And yeah, could you tell us a bit more like about who you help and all of that good stuff in your business, and then we'll get into the bravery stuff.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me, Tiffany. I'm excited to be here. So, as she said, my name is Carolyn Fagerholm. I am a one-woman show at the moment. I am a meta ad strategist, so I help all business owners who want to take advantage of using mainly Facebook and Instagram ads in their marketing. And I'm really passionate about helping people learn more about them and utilize them without getting overwhelmed. It can be a lot. There's a lot going on and there's a lot to learn and know. And so I really love helping business owners use this in their business, but not have to deal with the overwhelm of it. I'm there to do it for them so they can just kick back and reap the benefits.
Gosh, yeah, and I have to say, as someone who like has a background in online marketing, and I've done like quite a bit of Facebook ads myself, but I dream of the day when I have someone like you to just do it for me because I don't enjoy doing it that much.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind teaching the big like for beginners and just getting started people, but yeah, very happy to have somebody like you to just handle all of the like it can get a bit technical and stuff with the Facebook ads, yeah.
Yeah, it can. And it's easy. I don't want to say easy, but there are lots of places that pitfalls that you can fall into. And, if you don't know, you don't know. And like anything else in marketing, things change all the time. What you can do or how you run ads, a couple years ago is not what's working now. Things change over time, and like different industries have different busy times of the year that change things. So it's very, very common to feel overwhelmed. And even I do. I do this all the time. I'm constantly an ads manager, but it's sometimes, it's a lot. And everybody needs to take a second and go, okay, take a
Yeah.
breather.
Okay, so tell us then, what brave things do you have going on right now in your business for you, like where you're working outside of your comfort zone to grow all of that good stuff?
Right now, I've really been trying to get back into Instagram and posting regularly And a lot of my marketing for my business is done in Facebook groups or on podcasts like this. I love to chat with people. I like to be in groups and help those who have questions or, have gotten stuck or are just looking for somebody to do ads for them. So that's where I do a lot of my marketing. And Instagram has just kind of fallen to the side, but I'm really trying to make the time to do things like take pictures and record photos and all of that, which is fun. And I do enjoy it sometimes, but I think we all have that voice in our head that like, you overthink it. I'm like, does this look weird? Do I like, I don't have any makeup on. Is this like important enough? I don't know. Because I feel like there are all these fabulous Instagrammers and content creators, social media gurus who have like fabulous houses to walk through, or like they have a great, they have all these fabulous things to show. And I'm like, well, I'm just in my kitchen. I don't. And so it's getting out of that mode of thinking and just thinking of it as like a fun thing and letting myself enjoy it and do it and just getting into the habit of it too, because I feel like sometimes I just forget. The day ends and I go, oh, right, I'm in my pajamas.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'll do it tomorrow. So that's like really
Mm,
the big thing that I'm doing to be brave, but I'm also trying to do more networking and show up at events and really put myself out there that way. That feels a little scarier sometimes. I don't know. You're in a room full of people who are all experts. And even though I'm confident in what I do and I know that I do it well and I care about my clients and I know how I can help people, something about calling yourself like an expert sometimes feels scary. So those are my two big brave things, Instagram and
mm.
networking.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. And just know like you're not alone on the networking. Like that's one of the biggest things that comes up with my clients and people I talk to is like stories around networking and fear around like putting ourselves out there. And then also with the whole like taking photos of yourself and stuff for Instagram and all that. I'm doing some similar challenges. My coach just challenged me to like do one of those like B-roll where you're like walking outside and filming yourself and stuff. And
That's a
yeah,
fun thing.
yeah, and like it's only got to be a few seconds, but yes, I was going to do it yesterday, and then I put it off, and then hopefully today. I don't know. I wanted my husband to come and like film for me because like I have short arms. Like I'm sure I have short arms, and I'm like. And I don't have the selfie stick thing, and then like I live in this small town in Australia, and just like the idea of walking down the road with me and this selfie stick and just owning it. It's like it's amazing all of like the thoughts and fears and craziness that comes up, even though I'm like, hey, be brave. Yeah, just even I have to kind of get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to constantly, not, I shouldn't say constantly. I often feel that I need to remind myself that most of the time people are probably not looking.
Yeah.
People aren't looking at me. People aren't thinking about me, and they're certainly not thinking about me in the way that I'm thinking. I feel like we
Yeah.
walk around and we think that everyone can tell, or
Yeah.
like everybody knows all the things that I'm insecure about. Oh, oh, they know somehow they are thinking about
Yeah.
this it
Yeah.
that I have, or the this or the that, or they know about that one time years ago that I embarrassed myself and I tripped, and it follows and like haunts you to this day, and everyone knows about it. No, nobody knows. Nobody
Yeah.
cares. They're just they're thinking about them and
Yeah.
their stuff and the time that they tripped.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's so true. Like it's really interesting though that it's like these people who I've never met or I might never see again. Like that it's a small town, but do you
Mhm.
know what I mean? But like they're
Yeah.
not people who I know. I'm not going to talk to them even if they have thoughts and opinions about me. I'm not really going to know it. And even if, say
Mhm.
that lasted more than 3 seconds and they're like, "Oh, hey, is there some weird chick with a selfie stick?"
Mhm.
It's like, yeah. So yeah, it's just interesting how I can let that hold me back. So oh, okay, I'm glad we did this. Now I'm all excited to yeah go out and just film it and just get it over and done with and just be like, yep, I did the
We'll do
thing.
it together. I'll send you mine and you send me yours. We will
Okay,
the
all
buddy
right.
system.
Oh my God, challenge accepted. It is a bit weird though, because like I don't know about you, but sometimes when I'm doing things in my business and I'm like, oh man, I should record that. And then it's just like
Yeah.
sometimes that feels like, oh, is that a bit inauthentic or like it's kind of yeah. Do you ever feel
Mhm.
like that? Or is it just me?
Yeah, oh no, definitely. I feel, I don't know, a little like, is this too staged? Like, am I not, because
Yeah.
I'm really, I don't take pictures throughout the day. I'm the worst. When I'm like going to do something or like I'm going on a trip, one of my sisters often texts me and reminds me, and she's like, Carolyn, you take pictures. You need to take pictures. And she yells at me if I didn't take enough. So
Yeah.
but then like that translating into business, like we were saying, even on
Mm.
days when I'm not thinking
Mm.
about
Yeah.
all the stuff, I just, I don't think to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I get that. For me, my background was in photography for a long time. Like that's my passion, right? One of my passions. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, like I don't mind taking pictures, but having myself in them is like that's where it's like, oh, yeah, I should be in them
Hmm.
too. Like, can't I just take pictures of the world around me and people will, but not for building a personal brand anyway.
Yeah.
You also mentioned networking, and I was just wondering, like, what is it for you that gets you to actually go to the networking events, even though, like, it's like, other than, hey, here's like, I have to do this to get clients, is there anything
Mhm.
else maybe that you can tap into for yourself to tackle those?
I mean, once I found, I think the thing that really prompted me to really commit to doing them more and really showing up, not just signing up for the free Zoom call, was that in my business these past couple months, it's summer break. So online business kind of slows down a bit, or at least for me this year really, really seemed to. A lot of online business owners I know are moms or parents, and the kids are home from school, people are on vacations, people are doing things, and so it really slowed down. The Facebook groups where I would find like lots of connections or lots of potential clients were really, really quiet. And so I had weeks of the leads were just really not coming in. So it's one of those moments where you just have to go, okay, I can't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. We have to try something else. And so one of those things, well, they were both the posting on Instagram more, making that a habit. But I also knew that was going to be a habit that I needed to build and something that I was going to work on. And so, as a safety net almost, or like another option for myself, is like, we're going to go to networking events, we're going to show up, and you are going to confidently say that you are a meta ad strategist. And we're gonna say
Yeah.
it because I think it's easy. We're always aware of like all the things that we don't know
Mm.
or the ways
Yeah.
that we aren't are lacking. But then sometimes I have to remind myself of all the things that I do know, because I do know how to run a successful campaign. I do know how to set up ads. I do know ways that like I know more than most people do about meta ads. And so that alone is more knowledge, and I should let myself be more confident in that.
Mm. Yeah, it's interesting. I have that a lot with like my clients who are usually coaches, and it happens to all of us too, that whole feeling of, oh, but because like we know what we don't know, or to a certain extent, right? And so it's like,
Mhm.
oh, how can I call myself an expert? I think you said that earlier. And yet
Yeah.
actually compared to the people we're helping, we're still a couple of steps ahead, and just remembering
Hmm.
that, and that to
Yeah.
them, we are the specialist. We have the specialist expertise because they're still at the very beginning, kind of trying to get their head around everything. So, yeah.
Hmm. And then one of the things I've been trying to, I don't know, give myself more credit for is that I'm comfortable talking to people and being on camera on a Zoom, even though I might be insecure, like feel like, have a little imposter syndrome sometimes. It's That's not something that scares me. Talking to you like this, we're on Zoom. I'm not nervous, partially because you have been so welcoming and fabulous. And and immediately made me feel comfortable. But I'm not afraid to record a video and post it in a Facebook group in response to somebody looking for help. I'm not afraid to go to a Zoom and be on camera. And so I've tried to lean into that strength.
Yes. Oh my gosh. You're so right. Like even though there's that little bit of insecurity, it's that, oh, I can lean in, I can trust myself and
Mhm.
yeah, just think about my strengths. Oh, I love that. That's amazing.
Mhm.
Okay. So other question I have for your clients then, right? I imagine there's a certain amount of bravery in the whole tackling
Of
Facebook
course.
ads. I'd love to know, like, sort of what brave things do your clients have to do to tackle Facebook ads? Maybe is that, or you can reframe the question however you think might suit. But yeah, just
Sure. Well, there are a couple things involved. I think the first hang up that some people have, not everybody, but sometimes I think people get hung up on the word ad or like on advertising because we're so bombarded these days. Like there's no denying that. It feels like there are ads everywhere. Like every website has an annoying pop-up. You would like you're constantly, dodging them and you're just trying to enjoy your things. But one of the things that I find meta ads and, Instagram ads, most of them you can just scroll past. It's not that disruptive. And even if it's a story, it's a couple seconds. And so it's not a spammy thing. But there's something about ad, the word I think that makes people think of like a used car salesman who's trying to swindle somebody. Like you're tricking someone, like you didn't ask me to be here, but I am because I paid for an ad. But it's especially on social media, ads that feel like just regular content, like regular, people that they might just see casually scrolling do really well. And ultimately, at the end of the day, ads are just another tool in your business that are available to you, and you pay for them just like anything else. You might pay for a template to use. You might pay for a coach. You pay for your website or your email tools, things like that. It's just another option that's available to you. And I think once, people can let that go of like, I'm not being sleazy because I'm paying for an ad. You're just paying for a little box. Really, you're
yeah.
paying for like a little digital box in somebody's Instagram feed or their Facebook feed for a couple seconds. That's it.
Mm,
And ultimately, like, is it really all that different than algorithms? The way that social media is built so that people see things that are similar to them. That's not necessarily, authentic. That's the social media, the platform is trying to show you more things that they are interested in. And if you're targeting, if you're making your ads the way you want them, they're not going to be sleazy and annoying to people, and it's not going to be a bait and switch where you're, tricking someone. And also, if your targeting is right, you are going to be showing your things to people who would be interested in you anyway. So there's that. But
yeah.
I think the other big thing in terms of bravery when it comes to ads is making that investment, because it can be, I think, more than people anticipate. Sometimes it all depends on your goal. I think when we talk about ads, a lot of people want to run sales ads right away. And the trick with that is they are the most expensive kind of ad to run. It's going to cost you more to get a customer or a purchase than it is to run ads to just build your brand awareness. And that's something that's available to people that I think a lot of business owners who haven't run ads before or haven't
Yeah.
investigated them before don't know. You have lots of different objectives available to you. And the great thing about that is you have lots of different things you can try. It's not just the sales ads. You can spend money, a little less money,
Mm,
oftentimes a lot less, depending on what you're doing, than running a sales ad to do something like get traffic to a website or to do video views campaigns. And those are great for just building your brand awareness, working that top of the funnel. Like, people
yeah.
talk about the top of the funnel, nobody knows you, cold audience, they're meeting you for the first time. Middle of the funnel, they're aware of who you are, but don't know too much. And then the bottom of the funnel, that hot audience ready to purchase. So working in that top of the funnel can be much less expensive. And I think just for for business owners, they might not know that. And so it can feel like they're going to have to part with a very large amount of money. So being brave and like being willing to do that. But even if you're spending less, being willing to spend a little money, even if it's not a lot, to gain great information. And that
Yeah.
is so, so key to running successful ads, is having data, knowing what audiences are working, what creatives are working. But the only way you can do that really is spend a little money to find that out.
Coaches, if you're feeling frustrated that you're doing all the things but still not signing clients, this is for you. You're a new coach, you know coaching can change lives, and you're ready to sign your first two or more high ticket paying clients already, but it's just not happening. You're posting content, you're showing up, but your inbox is crickets, while your coach friends seem to be signing clients left and right with ease. You're starting to wonder, is it my offer, my niche, or maybe is it just me? Well, let me tell you, it's not just you. And you don't need another freebie or some vague advice that's not going to work for you. You need a clear, repeatable strategy and support that gets you focused on the right tasks. That's exactly what we do inside the Brave Coach Breakthrough, my 3-month one-on-one coaching program for new coaches who are ready to finally sign their first two or more high ticket clients. We blend practical marketing foundations with the mindset work that actually gets results, because I know what it's like to think, who am I to be a coach? Can I really charge that much? I don't want to be too salesy. And my clients, they've been there too, and I've helped them move through it. Like my client M, who signed her first 2 clients in 60 days without a big launch. Another client D, who booked her first discovery call within 3 weeks of working with me and signed her first paying client a few weeks later. Or Tracy and Jess, who launched their first group program, signed their first 4 clients, and doubled their investment in me. You can do this too with the right support. We'll build your signature coaching package, clarify your message, the exact words you want to be using, and create a client signing strategy that feels like you, feels like the right fit for your personality. The whole program is designed to double your investment and make sure you have repeatable systems to keep signing clients well into the future. I have 4 spots open at the time of recording, but these will go fast. Book your free strategy call at tiffanyGstudios.com, TIFFANY, G for golf, STUDIOS.com, or find me over on Instagram at Tiffany G Studios, exact same spelling, no spaces, no underscores, and DM me the word breakthrough, or just say, hi, I heard you on the podcast. You can be the coach who gets paid to change lives. Let's make it happen. Yeah, yeah. I have a number of people who come up to me and they say, oh, yeah, I was just going to run an ad for like 4 or 5 days and see how it goes. And I think somebody said, oh, yeah, I just was going to run this thing for 3 days. And I said, like it takes Facebook ads, like I don't know what it is now, but the way I learned it was it's like takes at least like 7 to 10 days before it's really like, starting to get real data. Like the first 3 days, like
Yeah.
we were told, don't touch anything, don't even look at it for 3 days because it's making
Hmm.
all the mistakes before it gets the real data. And it's a
Yeah.
whole different approach when it comes to doing ads of like, it's not just a 1 week here, 1 week there thing. It's like,
Hmm.
you got to kind
Yeah.
of plan for 3 months at least, right? Yeah.
Hmm. And
Mm.
I think because it has a monetary investment to it, it can feel hard to like, well, what if I
Yeah.
run it for a week or 2 weeks or a month? And what if I don't get any results? And
Mm.
I think one of the mindset shifts that I think would really, really benefit people when thinking about ads is just being willing to try different things. And now I'm not saying jump in there and change something after, a day, but being willing to try different things, give it more than one go. I see a lot of posts sometimes where people say, oh, ads don't work.
Yeah.
They don't work. They don't
Yeah.
work. But
Yeah.
when you think about it, just like any other tool in your business, if you built a website and your website wasn't converting, would you say websites don't work?
Mm. Yeah.
It's not that websites don't work, it's that you need to change something. You just
Mm,
need to do something differently. Maybe you need to update your copy, or there's something in the back end of your website that's not working. Maybe you want to try a different host, for it. Maybe you want to move to somebody that works more with your niche or whatever. Thinking of it like that when you look at ads, it's not ads don't work. It's okay, this something about this didn't work. And
yeah.
thinking about it analytically, really putting on those goggles and going, okay, what's not, is it people aren't clicking on the ad? Is it that my targeting is off? I need to try a different audience. Did I pick the wrong objective? Was I really looking for people to do one thing, but I picked an objective for this? And
Mm,
so just
yeah.
calming down. I know it can be scary. We get so emotionally attached in business, don't we
Yeah.
all? I mean, I certainly do things. I try. I'm like, it's not working.
Oh God, yeah,
And
that's
so sometimes I have
everything.
to
Yeah.
remind myself and be like, okay, just stop. What's not working? Is it because you can change it? You can do something else. You can try something else. The
Mm.
volcano has not exploded.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, like one of the good things about Facebook ads though is that you have so much extra so much extra data and information to work with. Like you can actually see what devices they're on, how old they are, like a whole
Mhm.
bunch of different factors that can help you to
Yeah.
kind of work out, like
And you can
what's
turn them
working.
off.
Yes.
If something
Mm.
suddenly happens, you can stop running the ad. If
Mm.
it really all hits the ceiling and the fan, you can stop.
Yeah.
If you set things up correctly, this is one of the things in backhand where people can get themselves in trouble. But like if it's all set up correctly and you're careful, you don't want to leave something on, forget to turn something off, then yeah, you're going to get charges, but you can stop running an ad.
Mm.
They're not,
Yeah.
Facebook's not going to come after you. Mark Zuckerberg just not going to knock on your door. Like, you stopped running your ad. Excuse me. I'm angry. I'm upset with you.
That's funny. Sorry, I was
He's
just thinking,
he's other fish to fry.
oh, absolutely. Oh my gosh, yeah. So, okay, and there's so many questions that I want to ask, but I think like, you've given us a bit of an insight into Facebook ads and the bravery of Facebook ads, and obviously the value of hiring somebody like you to help somebody navigate all of that goodness. Tell us a little bit more about just like how you got started. Was it this business? Was there a different business? Yeah, just for people who are getting started in their businesses. So.
Yeah. Well, I started my business, or I started looking into working online right around COVID, like many people did. Outside of my business, in my other career, I am a performer. Tiffany and I talked a little bit about this outside or
Yeah.
before we started recording. I have 2 degrees in music. I am trained as an opera singer. I'm also a TV film actress, and I do musical theater. And that's really what I'm passionate about. But of course, during COVID, it was not safe to work in that field, or
Mm,
there were things happening, but everybody had to be really, really, really careful. And a lot of things were shut down. So I was not auditioning, I wasn't filming self tapes. And so that any income that came from there was not coming in. So I, opened my laptop and I started Googling working online. I started I don't know if I would consider a business. I mean, technically I was an independent contractor, but I taught English online for a while, and then the laws in the country where I was teaching were changing, and so that whole business was going to shift, so I needed something else as well. So I kind of stumbled upon Meta ads. I initially started looking for something in terms of just the virtual assistant world because I'm a pretty
mm,
organized person. I like spreadsheets. I like to organize and put things in rainbow order and check things off lists. So I knew that was a strength of mine that I could lean into. And when I was doing all of my research, more and more I was finding people saying, you really can make more if you hone in on a valuable skill, if you look for something that you can really offer. And so I started thinking about, okay, what are things I can try? And I stumbled upon another woman who was an actress and a performer, and she was a Facebook ads manager. So I started looking into that. And the more I learned about it, the more I kind of got hooked. I like the combination in Meta, working with Meta ads of the creative of making the ad designs and the videos and writing the copy, along with the analytical side of it, the data of looking at, what's working, what's not. It's nice to have that, to have data. In the performing world, like I'll go out, I'll audition, or I send in a tape, and a lot of times you don't get feedback.
Mm.
So you don't know what to change. You don't necessarily know what to do differently. I have guidance, I have coaches, and I watch myself and I give myself feedback. And sometimes you do hear back, but a lot of times it's just a mystery. And so it's kind of nice to be running an ad and to look at me like, this
Mm.
data is telling me that I need to do this, or I should try this. It's
Yeah.
having that combination is really, really nice. So yeah, it was interesting. I never really thought I would be an entrepreneur or a business owner. And I'm trying to remember. I don't think I even realized I was starting a business. I was just kind of thinking about the skill and the doing. And I remembered one day I was, researching, learning, and I was sitting on my couch and I suddenly realized, oh, wait, I'm starting a business. I need to like file papers with the government, and like there's going to be taxes. They're going to want to know. It's not going to be just somebody Venmoing me. It's this is a business, and I started before I even realized what I was doing.
Sometimes that can be some of like the best way to get started. Like those are some of the most interesting stories when it's sort of like all sort of comes together that way. Like, did you have like clients or people you were working with before that realization of, oh, this is a business, or was that right at the beginning? And yeah,
No, luckily. So I had my government stuff squared away before anybody
yeah.
paid me.
Not to
But
get you in trouble. I wasn't trying to get you in trouble, but you know what I
yeah,
mean? Right.
no,
Yeah.
no. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was in that learning phase for a while, like I think a lot of people are, but it was interesting just because I never really thought that I would be a business owner or an entrepreneur. But a while at some point along this journey, I realized, but you know what, Carolyn, it's not surprising that you went, I'll just do it myself. I don't need to find a company online. I'll just make the whole thing. I'll just do it myself. That's a very that makes sense.
Yeah. But I mean, I think in some ways like that can also make sense because especially like from like being an actress and then an opera singer, it's like it's sort of an entrepreneurial way of looking at things a bit, isn't it? Because like you have to build
Hmm.
your own brand and build your own skills
Yeah.
and and like even when they get up to like different levels when they've got teams of people, it's like still
Hmm.
the brand is them and it's sort of I
Yeah.
don't know, maybe I've just been in business too long and I'm looking at everything with
No,
this
you're right
entrepreneurial
on the money.
lens.
And
Yeah.
I think it helps to think of it that way. I remember when I was getting my master's degree, we had like a sit down, a panel with some young artists who were working at a program at the opera company near where I was in school. And I remember one of them saying that it helps to not get emotionally attached because sometimes you're putting your art out there and it's easy sometimes to get in that headset of like, what's wrong with me? Why am I not getting cast? Why am I not hearing back? Why didn't I get the role or, whatever? Why did they pick so and so? And it can sometimes help to think of it as just a product, a thing of like, an audition is not, do they like me? It's, do they like my product? So part of my product is I am a tall, blonde mezzo soprano, and that's great. And I just might not be what they need. I'm a wrench and they might need a hammer. And so taking that like emotional aspect out of it is helpful sometimes. It's not a you did something wrong or you're lacking in some way. It's just they need something else.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, it's really interesting that you talk about that because I had to make similar shifts about like my business and things like that, especially because
Yeah.
previous was a service based, I was doing marketing services. And so
Mhm.
for them, like in that place, it was much easier to be like, oh, my service isn't right, or, it's about the service, not about me. But then when
Mhm.
I did more coaching and everything, it could get a bit more personal in the beginning. And it took me a little bit to transition into, you know what, it's just, it's not the right fit. It's the coaching, it's the product. And yeah, I was just
Mhm.
thinking about how like you must have some extra special skills in handling rejection.
Yeah.
I mean, from all of that, the auditions and everything, did that make it easier to go out and get your first clients and some of that stuff? Or
You know, I I think it would have if I thought about it more like that and thought of it like brought that mindset to it. I think when I was first starting, I was really nervous about running ads for people because I was spending their money and I was like, what if I'm not doing doing it right? What if the ads don't get results and I've wasted somebody's money? And I had to take a step back and be like, you are trying your best. That's all you can do for anybody. And also, not to toot my own horn, I think I do know what I'm doing. And sometimes something might not work for an ad, but it might not be me. I can do the best, I can do the best that I can. You can run the most fabulous ad in the world, but if a sales page isn't optimized and isn't performing well, it doesn't matter
yeah,
what the ad looks like if that isn't working well. And
yeah,
so remembering that, but also reminding myself that if I can't trust myself, I try to trust my training, the courses that I've taken, the experts that I've learned from. Like, okay, I might not know what I'm doing 100% of the time, but I have people I can ask, and
yeah,
and they certainly do. If I can't trust my expertise, I can trust them. They have trained me well enough, you know?
yeah,
So
yeah.
sometimes taking the focus off of you.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so powerful. And I love that too, with that whole, yeah, I can trust my training. I can trust the people that I can turn to for help and advice and
Mhm.
support and everything. That is so
And I've
valuable.
never had a problem with a client's like ads or something go wrong that I can even go wrong. Never, luckily, knock wood, I've never
Yeah,
had a volcano explode. Nobody's ever been, hacked or it's all things that it's just adjustments need to be made as all ads do. Even the best campaigns, it's not set it and forget it. You're always going to be keeping an
yeah,
eye on things, adjusting,
yeah,
but I should let myself be more confident in the results that I've gotten and the and what I've done. But something I feel like sometimes we get into this, we convince ourselves, yeah, it's all worked before, but this time, this could be the end. This could be, even though it's not, and it's going to be fine.
yes, yeah, exactly. And yeah, you're right. It's all about like coming back to the skills and knowing that, yes, it's not just I set it up once. It's the, yeah, I'm monitoring, I'm tracking, I change things and yeah, all of that stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I do want to get into what you've got coming up, but quickly, I just want to ask first, like, tell us a little bit about the amazing results that you've gotten for your clients, because I think, like we've talked about some of the beginnings and all of that kind of stuff, but I'd love to hear like what kind of results do you get for your clients?
Well, right now, I am working with a fabulous woman. She runs a subscription box service called She Matters Subscription Box, and it's a great monthly subscription box where you get a curated package of self-care activities and products for you to try, and they're all centered around a theme every month. So that's been really fun. And right now we've been gearing up, doing some testing and getting some traffic to her website. So I just sent a report this morning. I'm trying to remember how many clicks we had on the links. It was somewhere the past couple Past week it's somewhere around 1,000 clicks to that website, I think, just in the last 2 weeks. So that was good. We're finding out lots of great data that we're going to use in our upcoming campaigns that I'm really, really excited about.
My gosh. Yeah, I love subscription boxes and all of that stuff. I mean, I think they might, I don't know, maybe I'm skewed. Maybe they're coming back. Like, I feel like they were a big thing for a while and then they got quieter, but then maybe that's just my reticular activating system just not
Yeah.
paying attention. But I've seen more of them come out and I'm like, oh, maybe they're coming back. So awesome.
Mhm.
Love that. Okay, so tell us a bit more about like what brave things you have coming up in the next, like, say, 3 to 6 months.
Mm. Well, I'm trying to think. I've been doing more podcast guesting like this, of getting comfortable saying I'm an expert and trusting in my in my expertise, trusting in the things that I do. So I've done that. I'm trying to think. And well, we've already discussed this because we're going to do it together. My brave things will be recording and posting on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I will be sending you reels.
Yeah, I love it. Likewise.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. All right. So then, hmm. Okay, so one last question then. For anybody who's listening who perhaps is feeling like, they want to do the next brave thing, maybe it's Facebook ads, hire somebody like you, or dive in or something, or maybe it's doing, more reels or pictures of themselves on Instagram or going out and doing the networking, but they're finding themselves stuck or that kind of thing and just wanting to hold back or now's not the right time, but there's part of them that's like maybe it should be the right time. What advice would you have to that person from your perspective? Yeah, doing brave stuff.
Hmm. I think I try to remind myself oftentimes when I'm feeling nervous about doing something that you can always change and do something different. You can always you might commit to doing something for a little while, but it's not forever. You can run an ad for a little while and then stop if you don't want to. You can delete the post. You can, go to the networking event, and if it's terrible, you can never go again. You don't have to. It's giving ourselves permission to change and knowing that you can change. There's never I think there are very few things in life that are truly permanent. It's you can do something different in your business. You can try something different. You're not committed to this forever if you don't want to.
Love that. You're not committed to this forever if you don't want to. Oh, I
Yeah.
love that.
And you're always I'm trying to remember who said this. I wish I could remember because it's not my fabulous idea. I wish I was this fabulous. But we never fail, even if something doesn't work, as long as you've learned something. You're always going to learn something, and that's okay. Like if that's the thing that you get.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Yeah, you've never failed as long as you learn something. And I mean, like, that's
Yeah.
what a lot of business is about. Like, I heard somebody say, it's like fail, 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 success. And it's just because you're always trying things. It's like, oh, that worked out, that didn't work. How do I change this? And
Mhm.
like, yeah, you're absolutely
Yeah.
right. Yeah, oh, I love that.
Mhm.
Awesome. Oh, okay. This has been amazing chatting with you. We will, of course, have links to all of your stuff in the show notes and all the good stuff. But for people who are like me and they're like, screw the show notes, I just want to go to Instagram or Facebook or wherever, where's the best place for people to connect with you, follow along, and see all of the cool new reels and things that you're going to be doing or whatever the
Yes.
videos? Yeah.
This is good. You're announcing it on a podcast that there will be reels. And so now I'm really committed. now, now I have to deliver. But the best place probably to find me is either on my Facebook page or Instagram page. The name of my company is my initials, CMF and Company. If you need, want guidance on spelling, you have to go to the show notes that Tiffany is going to make, and they're fabulous. But anybody is welcome to send me a message on Facebook and Instagram if you have questions, if you ad related or ad related, if you just want to say hi, don't hesitate to send me a message. And even if you do have questions, by all means, send them. I'm always happy to help.
Gosh. Thank you so much, Carolyn. This has been amazing and so insightful, and I've loved hearing your brave stories. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
If you're a new coach who's ready to finally sign your first 2 high-ticket clients, but you're stuck wondering what you're missing, then the Brave Coach Breakthrough is for you. It's my 3-month one-on-one coaching program where we blend strategy and mindset to help you confidently sign clients without feeling salesy. Spots are limited. Book your free strategy call now to see if this is the right fit for you. Come over to tiffanyGstudios.com, TIFFANY G for golf, STUDIOS.com, or find me over on Instagram at Tiffany G Studios and DM me the word breakthrough to get a link to book your call. Let's get you paid to coach and change lives. Thanks for listening to the Business Bravery podcast. Has this episode inspired you to do something brave? Even if it's only send a difficult email, please share it with me on Instagram or other social media channels. Feel free to tag me at Tiffany G Studios. That's TIFFANY G for golf, STUDIOS, no spaces, no underscores, etc. Or you can use the hashtag Business Bravery Podcast so that I can cheer you on, and together we can inspire other coaches and course creators to do brave things in their business and life. Now, I'm Tiffany, and I'll leave you with this one last thing. What's one brave thing you're going to do today? It doesn't have to be big. Even the smallest steps can create the most massive results. So again, feel free to share it with me either publicly or privately so that I can cheer you on. That's it from me. Until next time, bye for now.